Hello everyone, welcome to Learning with Vodafone webinar series. Today we are going to talk about module 2, which is on database management. Under this webinar, we are going to understand how to implement data definition language commands using Oracle SQL Developer. In the previous webinar, we have understood how to set up Oracle SQL Developer 18c in Ubuntu 16.04 host. Since Oracle 11g database was initially designed to work on RPM-based systems, so it was necessary to be hacked such that it could also function with Debian-based systems. We have also witnessed practical demonstration of converting 11g database from RPM package to Debian package, setting up kernel parameters, and configuring Oracle 11g database to get it installed on Ubuntu 16.04 LTS. Today we are going to learn about various data definition languages commands, and we'll also implement those commands using Oracle SQL Developer and Oracle 11g Express database. SQL is a database computer language designed for storing, manipulating, and retrieving data in a relational database. SQL includes database creation, deletion, fetching rows, modifying rows, etc. All the relational database management systems like MySQL, MS Access, Oracle, Sybase, Informix, Postgres, and SQL servers use SQL as their standard database language. The data in the RDBMS is stored in database objects which are called as tables. This table is basically a collection of related data entries, and it consists of numerous columns and rows. Each of those rows can also be said as records, and every column of the table is termed as field. SQL constants. Constants are the rules enforced on data columns on table by limit the type of data that can go into a table. This ensures the accuracy and reliability of the data in the database. Constraints can either be column level or table level. Following are some of the useful constraints available in SQL. Out of all these constraints, few popular constraints are unique and primary. Where unique ensures that all the values in a column are different and none of the values could be null, whereas primary constraint uniquely identifies each rows and columns in a database table, whereas primary constraint uniquely identifies each rows or records in a database table. For more detailed understanding on SQL constraints, you can follow the given link. As a prerequisite to this lab, you can download the reference material of this webinar from the given link. To complete this webinar, your computer laptop must have Ubuntu 16.04 LTS installed. In case you are using Windows-based computer, you should have a VMware workstation or VirtualBox which have Ubuntu 16.04 pre-installed. SQL commands. The standard SQL commands to interact with relational database are create, select, insert, update, delete, and drop. These commands can be classified into the following groups based on their nature: data definition language, data manipulation language, and data control language. This webinar is focusing on data definition language. Data definition language statements enable you to perform these tasks: create, alter, and drop schema objects, grant and revoke privileges and roles, analyze information on table, index, or cluster, establish auditing options, and add comment to the data dictionary. For more details, you can refer the mentioned link in the slide. The create, alter, and drop commands require exclusive access to the specified object. Example, an alter table statement fails if another user has an open transaction on the specified field, whereas the grant, revoke, analyze, audit, and comment commands do not require exclusive access to the specified objects. Example, a table can be analyzed while other users are updating the table. Data definition commands bring changes to the structure of the table, like creation of the table, altering table, and deleting table. All DDL commands are auto-committed, that is, it saves all the changes permanently in the database. Live demonstration of implementing DDL commands in SQL Developer on Ubuntu host would be followed next. For that, let me switch to my Ubuntu host that I have installed in VMware. Ubuntu host, I need to first invoke the SQL Developer. For that, let me open the terminal, and from here I should call SQL Developer. In case SQL Developer is not pre-installed in your system, you should be looking to the webinar 10 of this series, where it is demonstrated exactly how to set up Oracle SQL Developer and Oracle 11g database in your Ubuntu 16.04 host. Now this is the landing page of your Oracle SQL developer. So you can go to this place, database detected, click on this, and here you should get this kind of a path. So this path specifies that exactly at what location your database is installed. Before you can use database, you need to go to your desktop where there is a Oracle database icon available. You can double click on this icon to invoke the database. Once it is done, you can go back to your Oracle SQL developer, click on this plus symbol. Here you can give your connection name, whatever you want to. So let me give a connection name as data. Username would be system, all in capital, and your password would be the same password you have specified while installing Oracle 11g Express Edition database in your Ubuntu 16.04 host. So I'll give my password. Make sure your port number is correct. Then you can click on this test. And once you get this success, it means now your Oracle SQL developer is ready to connect with your database. You click on this connect, and here is your worksheet where you can type in your SQL queries. Now here we can specify various DDL commands which are used to do some basic stuff. So here I can type and demonstrate you various DDL commands which are useful in everyday situation. So we will write the very first query to create a table, and the query would be create table. Name of the table as EMP, that is for employee. In case you want to give another name, you can do so. Then my variable name as EMP number, employee number. Type of this variable is number, and it's going to hold 4 bytes. And this particular variable would be the primary key of the table, comma. And the second variable name is ename, let's say employee name. Type of this variable would be character. Within brackets, I can say this bytes as 10. Close the parenthesis and give semicolon. Now when we try to execute this query with the help of this play button, which will say that the table EMP is created. In case you want to check out exactly how the table would look like, you can type in another query as select star from EMP. This will help you see exactly how the table would look like. And now once you click on this play button, here you will get your table with EMP number and ename as the 2 different columns in your table. In case you modify the structure of your table by adding another column, so you can write another query as alter space table, name of the table that you want to alter, what you want to do with that table, you want to add something, and exactly what variable you want to add, that is let's say salary of employees, and the type of this variable would be number. Within brackets I can say 7,2. 7,2 says that there will be 2 digits after decimal in the salary. When I close the parenthesis, give colon, I click on this, it says that table EMP altered. In case I want to again check that whether the respective column have been added or not, I can again use the same command, select star from EMP, play, and you can notice now that a new column of salary have been added to the same table. Now if you have done or if you have modified some other things and at some point of time you want to draw a particular column, so for that you can write another query, alter table name as EMP. What you want to do with that table, you want to drop something, so you want to drop let's say column, and which column exactly you want to drop, let's say salary column. So this particular query will be dropping the column named salary from the table EMP. Click on this run button, so table EMP altered, and you can again check it by using select star from EMP. And now the additional column have been dropped. In case you want to modify your existing columns, you can do that with the help of the following query. So you can type alter table and the table name as EMP. We want to modify, so I can type modify within brackets. Exactly what we want to modify. We want to modify the variable name as ename that we have already used in the table, and this time I want to specify this variable name as varchar2 data type rather than a character data type. So I can say ename space varchar2 and the size would be 15. So it can hold 15 elements in that particular variable ename that would be of a type varchar2. So you can click on this run button and it will say table EMP altered. Now in case you want to rename your table from EMP to EMP1, so for that you can type another query as rename EMP to EMP1 colon. So this particular query will be renaming your table from EMP to EMP1. Table have got renamed. So this time if you say select star from EMP, so it will throw you an error because you have already renamed your table from EMP to EMP1. Rather than this query, if you type select star from EMP1, it would probably give you the result. Here is the output. For some reasons, in case you want to truncate your table, you can say truncate table EMP1. Right now my table does not have any entry, so it won't give you any result, but in case you have certain entries in this table, so all those rows would be removed from this table. So you can click on this play button and it says table EMP1 truncated. And once you are done with everything and you want to delete this table, so you can type a command, so you can type a query drop table EMP1 colon and play. Now your table EMP1 have been dropped. So this you can verify by typing the command select star from EMP1. So since your table have been dropped, it won't give you a valid output and it will throw an error. Here you got an error. It says that table of view does not exist because you have already dropped the table in the previous query. I hope you have understood basic queries of DDL commands that you can use in SQL. Let me again demonstrate you all these queries with the help of another example. So to clean all the stuff, so I can use this. This will clear my worksheet. In case I want to create a more detailed and useful employee table, I can say create table EMP and I'll pass my arguments as EMP number 5, primary key, name as variable, data type as varchar2, 20, salary as variable name and data type as number, 10,2, job varchar2, 20, mgr, another variable, data type as number, 5, hire date, data type is date, and last variable is com, the data type is number, and comma 2. So once we have specified all these entries for the table named employee, I can click on this run button and it will create a table for me. In case I want to see this table, again I'll use the same command, select star from EMP, and if I click on this run, here you can see that various columns of all these names have been created. So employee number, your name, your salary, your job, MGR for manager, your hire date and communication, all those stuff have become as one column or one field for this table. Let's say we want to add few more columns to this existing table, so we can use the following command as alter table emp and add, like what we want to do. To add another column as address of type var_cat2 size 20, another variable as city type var_cat2 size 20, another variable name pin of type var_cat2 size 10, and last variable as ph type var_cat2 of size 20, and you close it. So what we are trying to do is we are trying to modify the existing table and add few more columns to this table with the help of this particular command. So when you click on this plate, it says table emp altered. If you want to check out what is being done in your table, you can type select star from emp. And here's a new table with updated entries of address, city, pin, and phone number. Now in case you want to drop pin and city columns and you want to change the sal column to salary, so for that you have to create a temporary table with desired columns using subquery. So you can type a query as create table temp as select emp number space ename sal as salary. You want to modify this column of sal as salary, and address, phone number from emp. So you are saying that we need to fetch these elements: emp number, ename, modify the sal as salary, address, phone number, and we are going to fetch all of these details from the table named emp, and we are going to create a new table named temp. Once you play this, it says that gives us an error. So probably we did some mistake. So let's check out where we missed out. So it says create table temp as select emp number, comma ename, comma sal as salary, comma ADR, comma ph from emp. So it's not able to recognize what is ename here, since we have not used this ename variable in our original table. So let's remove this ename, and probably then it will work. Now if we try to play, it says table temp created. Now we need to drop the original table, since we got a temporary table already created. So for that we can use the drop statements, which help us to drop tables, functions, procedures, packages, views, synonyms, sequences, table spaces, and many more. So we can specify query as drop table emp. So basically this query will drop the table emp. You would no more have table with the name emp. Once you have done that, you can rename your temporary table to the original table with the help of a command rename temp to emp. And click on this play button, it will rename your table. Now you can fetch, or you can get back your table if you say select star from emp. Click on this play button and you are getting a new table with 4 basic columns as per your requirement. Now we use rename statement to rename a table, view, sequence, or private synonym for a table, view, or sequence. Oracle automatically transfers integrity constraints, indexes, and grants on the old object to the new object. Oracle invalidates all objects that depend on the renamed object, such as views, synonyms, and stored procedures, and functions that refer to the renamed object. So in case you want to rename your table named emp to emp1, you can type the command rename emp to emp1 : and that will be renamed. So now if you say select star from EMP, it won't find the table named EMP and it will throw an error. Fine, as expected. Once you are done with your tables, and in case you want to truncate, so you can use a truncate statement to delete all the rows from the table permanently. It is very similar to the delete from query, except truncate does not generate any rollback data, hence it cannot be rolled back. If any delete triggers are defined on the table, then the triggers are not fired. It deallocates the free extent from the table so that the free spaces can be used by other tables. So you can type a command truncate table emp colon, and you click on this run button, and table of view does not exist. So since I don't have a table of the name emp, it cannot truncate it. But if I say emp1 and click on this run button, it says that table emp1 truncate. So these are the few DDL commands that we have demonstrated. Till now we have not inserted any entry in the table. For that we need to go to the next webinar on data manipulation languages. Now this webinar we have understood basic SQL queries available under DDL commands. We have also implemented DDL commands using Oracle SQL Developer and Oracle 11g Express Edition database. DDL commands along with DML and DCL commands can be used for better database management and can be further extended to implement PL SQL programming language. Real-world example for DDL command could be seen in banking sector. Whenever someone opens an account in various ventures such as banks, a database for respective person is created, which can be modified if required in due course, and when the person requests to close the account, database is truncated or dropped as needed. Students can try various available DDL commands with options for its better understanding and proper implementation. I hope you have understood the implementation of DDL commands in Oracle SQL Developer. Thank you for watching.